Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'd like to show you how I did a quick restoration job on this side table that I found thrown out on the side of the road. So I found this little side table. It had been put out for the scrap man. It's not in too bad condition. There's some dust on the frame and the top, it's a bit pitted and damaged. It's like a vinyl covered chipboard anyway, so I want to replace this with some natural wood. First thing to do was to get the top removed. It was just held on with 4 screws underneath, so I could get those out with a drill. Then I gave the frame a spray of polish and cleaned off all the dirt and the dust. And the frame came out nice. I don't need to respray it, so that's good. Now I want to use some wax. I'm just testing a piece of wood here, and the wax I'm going to be using is Wax Antique Brown. I picked this up at the boot sale for 20p. So this piece of wood that I've got here, I'm just making sure that it's square. This is a piece of pine that's come off some furniture that I found on the side of the road also. So it's nice and square. So now I can use the original top as a template to draw around and make some markings ready to cut out the shape. I got the table saw set up, and then I could make 2 nice accurate cuts. And there is the top. So I wanted to add a round over to the top, bottom and corners, so I have a round over bit in my router, and I'm taking it easy just to make sure I don't cause any chipping or splintering along the edges. So there's some little holes in the bottom of this wood. I've just mixed up some sawdust and some wood glue, and I'm just using a blade now to fill in those holes. Now I wanted to smooth all of the edges, so for that I'm using the disc sander. I can just run all the edges along the disc sander to get them nice and smooth. And the same with the corners. Now time for sanding. I'm using an 80 grit sandpaper in the mouse sander. Just to take off the old finish. And then a 120 grit to finish up on the random orbit sander. And then I finished off with a hand sanding. Now it was time to get the finish on. And this went on really smoothly because it's been in my shed and inside the shed today it was 35 degrees, so the wax is nice and sloppy. Once the wax had cured, I could buff off the excess with a cloth. And then I added some beeswax, some furniture wax, to give it a nice sheen. And again, I'm just applying that. And then buffing it off with a cloth. Now I just need to flip the top upside down and reattach the metal legs. To make the markings, I'm using an awl, and I'm just going to push down to make those markings ready for a couple of pilot holes. And then I could reattach it with the original screws. And that was the table, all finished.
Okay, so that's about it for this video. A nice, quick and easy restoration project. I was pleased with how it turned out. I got a nice smooth finish on the pine top. I'm glad I rounded over those edges. I wasn't too sure about that, but it actually looks quite good, I think. And now the table is as good as new. So a bit of junk on the side of the road. Now it's a nice usable table. The top was some old furniture that I had also that I found on the side of the road as well. So if you did find this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.